Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. And yes, you are seeing this correctly. There is now a Tabaxi mod in the in-game Mod Manager. We got a lot of really great ones this week. It's been another incredible week for mods, and just gonna first start off here with the Tabaxi by Wuffy. Wuffy Cerule here has made this, and it's actually very well done. I'll be showing off all the different sub races here because there's quite a few of them. You can make them look quite different. And this is a mod that a lot of people have been asking for a while. It is a bit different than the one that was previously on Nexus Mods, but the fact that it's in the in-game Mod Manager opens up things much easier for people to download it. So I think that that is incredible. So I'll just briefly show off that there, but I'll go into a little bit more depth, creating a character using it a little bit later on, because there's just so many great things to cover, like the Telekinetic Spells Mod by Dawnstar here. So they have made the Water Spells Mod. You may have used that one before. Here's another great mod by them. This is the Telekinetic Spells Mod. I'll be going into this a little bit further in depth as well in a little bit later part of this video. But yeah, another really cool mod. I love these thematic spell mods, and they get added to all the different base classes. So if you want to play a wizard, make them a little more tough, you got that with this mod. We also got another Copper Leaves mod with the CL Starry-Eyed Nature Girl. This is the outfit that my character here is currently wearing, and I think it looks awesome. So it's a little different. I'll be going over that as well. There's a lot of cosmetics here, so I just want to get through some of the ones here just to showcase some of the best mods, like the Light Greatswords. Any of you that have played Elden Ring will know the Light Greatswords. This is loosely based on that, and yeah, they look really cool. They increase your armor class, give you the lacerate ability here. This mod was made by Ganeshama. We also got the Houndmaster Fighter subclass mod by Havsglimt. I've talked about Havsglimp's mods. They've been incredible. They've usually only been on Nexus mods till recently when they started to upload a lot of the other ones. You may know the Oath of the Conquest. I know people on console have this mod as well. So hopefully we'll see more of these get added around to console players so that they can get to use this too. There's 400,000 downloads in that one. And Circle of Stars got 124,000. And then the rest of them got about 4K because they've just been released. But here's another great one, the Houndmaster Fighter. I'll cover that a little bit later. The Red Witch, Scarlet Witch-esque type build. It's really cool new subclass or class mod. We also got the Hag Playable Race. I know people have been looking for something like this. Previously, you could only be like the Green Hag, but this gives us the Green Hag, the Sea Hag, and the Night Hags as playable races. We also got the Wingless Wonder. If you know Aerie from the previous Baldur's Gate games, this is a face mod that's meant to look like them. So this mod's made by Coutelier here. Yeah, awesome. I'm always a fan of seeing things from the previous Baldur's Gate games get recreated in Baldur's Gate 3. So this is really cool. And if you haven't played the previous Baldur's Gate games, they are also very well done. And we also got Tasha's Cauldron of Faces. So some more faces. This is ported over by Eclipse here. So we got a lot of different faces that you can use to create your own character of your dreams here. So I'm just going to briefly go through them. I know a lot of people love these cosmetic style mods, so I'm just going to quickly go through these just to showcase these in case there's something that catches your eye for your next playable character. I like to download these and try to create a character that I think would make great for a new playthrough, but yeah, there's actually quite a few really solid faces here, and that's not the only face mod we got. So this one ported by Eclipse here. This is the mod by Tasha Weeds here on Nexus Mod, now ported over to the in-game Mod Manager. We also got another Lydia's Head, Cara by Playmon here. So this is another face mod. There's Cara. It does look a little, I'm playing as a half drow, so a little bit of chubbier cheeks than some of the other races, but yeah, this is cool. Some more options for those that are looking for a new head mod. We also got ourselves the Infernal Champion and Battle Trance set by Skirbie. So this is the outfit you would have saw at the start of the video on Shadowheart. So boom, you got this outfit here, and there's a couple outfits to this. So there's that one, and there's the garb of the Berserker, which I'll put on my character here. So there's a slightly changed version of the Berserker outfit. I think it's cool, and they also come with their own little abilities here. So like you increase your overall health points, increase +2 to attack rolls. Yeah, there's a whole lot. You got the mantle of the Berserker here, so you can give yourself that furry coat. Yeah, it's awesome. Enhancing some of the mods or some of the outfits that we got already in the base game, giving you some extra attacks or benefits. It's cool. I'm always a big fan of mods like this that adds more outfits. So yeah, great mod by Skirbie here. We also got Subclass Specific Divine Intervention. This is a cool mod. So the Divine Intervention, you get that at Cleric level 10. This now gives a unique weapon depending on the subclass that you pick. So you can get like a Necrotic Sword there, Psychic Mace, the Tempest Devotee's Spear, which gives you 1d6 thunder and lightning damage. There's the Devotee's Rapier here, which does fire, lightning, and cold damage. The Devotee's Great Axe, fire and radiant damage. The Life Devotee's Shield gives you a +3 in armor class. Reduce all incoming damage by 1, +1 to spell save DC, +1 level 1 spell slot, and immunity to radiant damage, and you get an aura. So yeah, they're actually pretty strong. So you got your different choices here. Divine Intervention, Celestial Dominance also gives different elemental damage types depending on the sub class that you choose for the cleric. I think that's awesome. So yeah, you can see there, each one of them gets all these cool new benefits. So it gives 8 different versions of it, 8 different Devotees maces, and added spear, longsword, rapier, great axe, and shield versions of the Arm Thy Servant. So Eclipsio made this mod. Really nice to see. I think this is really unique. Now, this is another mod that is previously covered in some other Eldritch Invocation mods, but this just gives the straight up Eldritch Smite Invocation. This is by Caesar here, and does additional necrot or force damage. It's basically exclusive to the Warlock and perfect for the new Hexblade. So I just wanted to cover that there. This is also some cool stuff. So Yoon Moon Sick here made these strong Wyll. So it makes Wyll's body type different. I think this is cool. It might be fun for a different playthrough. I feel like this fits Wyll a little bit more. But don't worry, there's not just Wyll, there's also stronger Astarion here, making him into somewhat of a Giga Chat. I think this is cool. And there's also a strong Gale, which this is a little bit funny because Gale's not really that strong of a character, but yeah, they got all of these here. Yoon Moon Sick created some other really solid mods like the Origin Mirror Unlock and the Player's Handbook All-in-One mod. There's also this got released this week, Karlach Body Type 1. I don't think this fits Karlach too well, so that's why I want to really include it, but I just want to show it there in case someone wants to. Now, we also got a Lunar Smite for Paladins and Cleric mod by Xara here. So this gives you the Lunar Smite that Dame Aelin can do. It gives additional radiant damage and sets them a light and holy fire. It also turns them on a failed wisdom saving throw. So that's cool. We also got this. This was a little bit earlier. I forgot to mention it last week because I was having some weird issues with it, but I still want to include this. This is the ASE Glamping Player Housing for Camps. So this allows you to actually place a bunch of items, 400 plus to be exact. There's different themes to give your camp its own unique appearance. So this is without ASE Glamping. This is with Glamping. So yeah, it looks cool. There's a Get Yankee version of it here. There's the Nautiloid version if you're a big fan of that. Druidic. There's the Alchemist Gardener, perfect for an Artificer run. The Goblin, and the Underdark. So that's really cool. Full details are on this mod, and they're also working on some more ACT theme sets and more stuff related to that. I think this is awesome. More mods like this. I love it. This is a cool one. The Book Collector by SwissFred57. This literally just came out today. What this does is it creates an aura within 24 meters. You automatically collect all books, notes, etc. So yeah, I think that that's cool in itself, allowing you to just collect all the books if it's perfect for a Gale. And we also got this, the Darkest Dungeon, if you ever play this game. So this adds a stress feature to the game, so you can apply this to your characters. You accumulate stress on getting hit with critical hits. If you fail a saving throw, you also get more stress. If you do a critical miss yourself, you get stress. It can be healed with calm emotions, critical hits. And if you receive a critical miss, so basically if you do better, you remove your stress stacks. If you do bad, you get more stress stacks. And if you reach 10 stress stacks, a Constitution saving throw will be made, depending on if you become hopeless or virtuous. So yeah, stress will decrease saving throws in armor class, and it just adds a new layer of difficulty that I think is interesting because I get questions all the time about new difficulty mods. So I just want to include this one by Lenubis here. So I'll briefly just break down the CL Starry-Eyed Nature Girl mod here. So this adds some new outfits here. So you got like the Nature Girl dress. It looks awesome. And then there's like the Circlet of the Moon, which gives you a lot of extra benefits. Some of these are a little bit overpowered, but hey, if you're going to use a bunch of difficulty mods, it kind of balances itself out. So yeah, there's a lot of different outfits here. You got anklets if you're into that, fancy girl necklace. Yeah, this is a cool one. And again, here's what it all looks like on the character. I'm always a big fan of style. And as for the telekinetic spells here, we do got a few cool ones. So the telekinetic hurl is a cantrip, 1d10 force damage. And if the object is heavier than the target, it takes additional force damage whenever you throw an object. Force manipulation, pull or push the target up to 6 meters with additional 1d6 force damage. And telekinetic shell, gaining resistance to physical and force damage when a melee attacker hits you. If the shell explodes, dealing 1 to 12 force damage and knocks them back 6 meters. So you can only fly once per turn when the spell is active. We also get the level 1 spell Rock Barrage here. Tear a small boulder from the ground and split into 3 stones, and each deals 1 to 6 force damage and applies Dazed on hit. Dazed is pretty overpowered because then you could land your command spells and hold person, as the target will have disadvantage on their saving throw. And there's also the Stone Snap here, doing 3d6 plus 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Rip boulders from the ground and hurl them at a single target, possibly causing maimed. Into level 2, there's a Seismic Eruption here, doing a 3d4 force damage and 2d4 of bludgeoning. Pull a pillar from the ground and earth, leaving behind a throwable boulder. I'll also show these off in just a moment. And the Battering Ram, 1d8 of force, 1d4 of bludgeoning, and knocks the target off balance and forces creatures back 6 meters. Into level 3, we get the Implosive Sphere here. Launch a sphere of compressed force that can seek your targets and explode on impact, knocking them prone. 46 of force. And the Scatter Shot, 1d6 force plus 2d6 of piercing. Pull a boulder from the ground, split into stone spikes, and can apply gaping wounds. At level 4 spells, we got Force Field that create a sphere of kinetic energy that encloses in a 3-meter radius, becoming resistance to physical force, lightning, cold, thunder, and fire. While inside, each round the force field releases a shockwave, dealing 2 to 12 force damage to enemies and pushing them back 3 meters. Then there's also the Debris Storm, 2d4 of force plus a 44 of bludgeoning. Surround yourself into Telekinetic Storm. Nearby enemies take 2 to 8 force, and the bludgeoning damage per turn and movement speed is halved. As for level 5, we get Cocoon. Surround yourself or an ally in the air, encased in the Telekinetic Cocoon. While Cocoon, the target is invulnerable, receives a max healing from all sources, but it cannot move, act, or take reactions. And Telekinetic Tether, attach your telekinesis to nearby allies, granting them and yourself flight 3 armor class and plus 5 to all saving throws, immunity to surface effects, and immunity to opportunity attacks. As for level 6 spells, we get the Telekinetic Maelstrom here, which says 10d6 force damage, release your will as a storm of pure force, your body is locked in place, and your mind tears apart reality. And those who fail to escape are slowly bound, crushed, and disintegrated. And the Focus Beam, so 12d6 force damage delayed. Blind a creature with beams of concentrated force. You're also locked in this place as you focus on your target. It takes 12 to 72 force damage each turn, and incoming attacks have advantage, and the creature can make a saving throw based on strength to end the turn. So I'll just show these off, like the Seismic Eruption here. Not enough space, but big boom. So they got cool, unique animations here. There's the Shatter Scott. It's cool to actually rip up the boulders and actually attack with them. You have the throwable boulder there. Rock Barrage, so we can throw these rocks at a target. It looks incredible. They've done such a great job with their water spells. The Battering Ram here, which hits in a large area of effect. Level 2 spell, knocks targets off balance. Cocoon, we can protect someone with this, and you can see there they become cocooned in there, and they receive that maximum healing. Force Manipulation, pull or push a creature, so you got the force push or pull. And we can show you the pull there, pulling them in towards us. Telekinetic Maelstrom, which is a huge damaging area of effect. Hopefully this doesn't start a fight in the camp. Boom. Yeah, it's pretty large. I'll just end the concentration there before we end up attacking the owlbear cub. But yeah, you can see pretty strong. Stone Snap being really cool. I think that these spells look just incredible. The rocks and everything related to that is awesome. And Telekinetic Tethers here, which can buff up your teammates, so you can use this to be able to apply additional armor class on them and give them the resistances. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool spells or different effects on this, so just want to cover all of that because I think it's awesome to see things like this with these cool new visual effects as well. And I will be covering the class mods in the future, so I just wanted to highlight some of these incredible mods this week. There's been so many and more coming every single day. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below. Every single Saturday I release a new best mods of the week video where I showcase all of these incredible mods that have been made and bring some awareness to them. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you all in the next video.